What is going on with my game right now? I I updated my Switch because there was a new update. So I closed out of BDSP. I did the update, and my game is just look at that flashing. I literally just booted the game up, and this is what I see. Oh man, what a great game. That's crazy. Everything's working as intended. Oh, but don't you know, Tyler, it's just because something old Switch. I played through Scarlet and Violet and never had any issues. Oh man. I literally just booted the game. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, what can you even say, chat? What can you say to this? They still blink when I'm in the menu. Check that out. Oh, Rowlet, of course. The one time I got Turtwig, I wasn't doing outbreaks, so we didn't get it. Oh, there's Gible. Look at the textures are still freaking out, even if I'm in a menu. Oh shoot, I saw something there and it's just Igglybuff. Igglybuff would be a pretty bad... That'd be a tough shiny hunt in this game. But yeah, what's up everybody? Welcome to, I just booted the game and everything is working as intended. I just updated my Switch, turned the game on, and, you know, look at the trees, too. It's even affecting the trees. The case of the mysterious disappearing grass. Been having Pokemon battles? Lady, are you seeing this? Lady, are you seeing this? I think the earth is gonna come undone from underneath our digital feet. Yeah, it still happens even if I... Yeah, you can see Arceus is in my party. This is the exact place I left off last time. Oh, man. Alright, we're on... This is the start of Shiny Box 18, chat. I'm at 737 shinies. But we don't have any outbreaks, so we gotta reset. At least tomorrow, we'll have the new Outbreak event. So I'm excited for that. Oh my god, this flashing is truly something else. Snover, that's the best you can give me, games. Snover. Why is Obama Snow in like every game? It's in PLA, it's in this game, it's in Sword and Shield. It's obviously in BDSP. Okay, I feel like I always bring up, like, Staraptor and Luxray, but Abomasnow persists for some reason as well. Wow, there's nothing going on here. Gosh, that is... I don't know if this is I guess this is a cursed omen. What is today's actual date? The 24th. Let's go back in time. Did that even update? I don't think it did. Gosh, I might have to turn the game off. I don't want to, like, hurt people's eyes with this. Everything as intended. Okay, there we go. I don't know why sometimes it doesn't work. Execute, don't need. Chin Chow. I got Chin Chow like a week or two ago. Sheesh, the game's not giving. Whoa. It just lagged out there. I was hitting the stick and it wasn't moving. Oh no. Chat, I'm gonna turn the game off. I think this is probably bad. Yeah, it doesn't, this is fucking ridiculous. What is going on? Is Missy No out here? That, Silver in the case of the mysterious disappearing foliage. I literally just loaded the game as normal and this is what's happening to me. That is quite funny though that it's all like separate. Sometimes I feel like I wish I could remove the grass. It would make certain shiny hunts easier, especially for little Pokemon. Oh, this is too much. I think I gotta close the game chat before it explodes. That's... Oh... What can you even say anymore? What? I don't even know what to say anymore. Every day this game does something new and unique to surprise me. Alright, let's see. Is it still a nightmare? The game was fully closed before I got back in. I was in Shining Pearl, closed Shining Pearl, updated Switch, got into Scarlet, and that's how it was. Alright, everything decided to load in normally this time. That's... Okay. Alright. It was just having a little quirky episode, chat. having a normal one. Oh, hey, it's Poplio. Do I need you? Hold on, let me consult my I think I did get all my pops. Poplio, Brioni. Yeah, I have Poplio done. Okay. Well, shoot. That's not helpful. There's Varoom. Put a pin in Varoom for tomorrow, chat, when the Outbreak event starts. I saw a thread today of of people discussing Reveroom and Varoom and how they find that it's weird that it floats and it doesn't drive. And it's like, yeah, that is very weird. I don't know why they designed it like that. I don't know why that happened. Alright, Scizor. Well, there's Oshawott. Esper. Anything else we can work with? There's Shanks. Combee. The game is doing everything in its power to give me things over here that are not small of. There's the Dawn. Yeah, I've still never seen Cyndaquil, and I've never seen Totodile outbreaks, chat. I don't know what's going on. TBH. I do not know what is going on. I kind of hate doing hunts over here. I really am sick of snow areas in Pokemon games. I feel like they don't add anything anymore. Like, Snow Point, sure, whatever. Although, even then, Like, yeah, but sure is a bunch of rocks and snow and barren land. What Minior do I have? I can't remember. Oh, this one. The pink one. I have a pink one. Look at Minior. I love its little face. Minior would be a great emote. Or, like, not emote. That's a... Or, I guess emote works. Emoji. I meant to say emoji. Yeah, what else could be up there? When are they ever gonna give me, like, a cool jungle? We have a lot of thick forests in this game, I guess. Well, a few. Okay. Let me do a head count real quick. How many Ashas do I actually need? Let me check. Gen 5, Gen 5, Gen 5... Man, every time I scroll, every time I scroll through my Gen 5 living shiny decks, there's so many I don't have. There's rows that I just don't have complete. Okay, I need Duat, Sam, and Hisui Sam, so I need 3. Oh no, I only have 1 Asha. Route 1 in a Pokemon game will be snow. How snowy was Platinum? I can't remember. But like the closest we ever got to that was Platinum. I don't know why, like, it's a fantasy thing. Pokemon is purely fictional. Why does it have to resemble snow in real life? They don't do anything interesting with it. They don't even have, like, I don't know, where's snowmen or sculptures? They just don't do anything with it. I don't know. I'm pretty bored by a lot of snow levels. This isn't just a Pokemon thing. It's like, make the snow, like, purple. Why does it have to like, I feel like I'm in Antarctica right now, not a Pokemon game. Mario always has good snow levels. I guess. I remember not loving the one in Odyssey. Galaxy has a few... they try to do like the fire and ice in Galaxy. And they all have similar music, like... We have like sleigh bells right now. It almost sounds like this is like Christmas music. Otto, come back. You're going the wrong way. There you go. There you go. You were going the wrong way, my friend. I really wish more would spawn on land, frick. Well, here's a few, I guess. Diamond dust. What were they even going for there? Like, sure, it's pretty, I guess, but... I don't know, man. What are the best areas in Scarlet and Violet? I think one of my favorite areas... I've probably said this before. You know, minus Lag Lake, of course, but this this area over here with the unique yellow color, I suppose, autumn-y type area, I really liked over here. That's one of the standout areas, and I guess I like the bamboo stuff over here. Everything else, though, I don't know. Like, the deserts are really boring. You sure do have a lot of grassy fields. You have a generic ice mountain. I liked Kitakami's landscape a lot. I feel like they really did a good job with that. Area Zero. Area Zero's lighting bugs me. Like, it's too bright. It has no atmosphere to it. It's got a really cool song, and it should be cooler than it is. I don't know, it just has, like, no atmosphere. It's just so blindingly bright. It should have way better vibes than it has. The eastern desert with cloth is way better than the western one. Yeah, they had to do, like, multiple different desert landscapes. And I don't know if any of them really landed for me. The caves inside the snowy mountains. Yeah, some of the caves are... Some of them. Not all of them. Man, those Oshawott are so far away. Can you guys spawn a little bit closer? Can you fellas spawn just a wee bit closer? The Galler Mines. Oh, man. Sword and Shield's linear routes and areas should be studied. I never played Golden Sun. Is that a worth it game to play? I mostly know it from people wanting representation in Smash. Golden Sun and Smash! I know we talked about this in a previous stream, but this really is like the year for you to go back and play through your backlog catalog of games, because absolutely nothing is coming out. Absolutely nothing is coming out. The game is nowhere near as good as the first two. That sucks. That's always a shame when you have a really good game and then the sequels just can't recapture the magic. Yeah, the game has been cursed ever since I opened it up like 20 minutes ago. If you're just coming in, chat, when I first opened up the game, the textures were flashing so badly that I had to turn it off and turn it back on. Anytime you're in water in this game, your frame rate just goes off a cliff. Oh yeah, didn't I see, that Paper Mario game? I go on Twitter and I see rumor Sonic X Transformers collaboration toys could be coming. Why? Why is Transformers worm its way into every other franchise? Where was it? Pre-order bonus. There was like a, yeah, here it is, here it is. So Thousand Year Door has a really cool pre-order bonus in GameStop Canada, of all places. You get a little, like, slipcover. That's the original GameCube cover. That's cute. I like that. Golden Go is just having... Oh, Otto is just having the time of its life out here. Yeah, it even has the GameCube branding on the top. It's like, man, I feel like I haven't seen that in forever. Mario games have had surprisingly decent pre-order bonuses the past few years, I gotta say. I still think the Walmart Wonder cards were really cool. Because either your game doesn't get any pre-order bonuses to speak of, or it's usually like, here you go, one keychain or a digital in-game item. So to actually get something pretty thought out like that is cool. Do I think PLZA will look nice? I don't know. I'm hoping it's stylized like PLA is. I think PLA looks better than this game. Like, it's still not, you know, top 10 nicest game I've ever seen, but that game definitely has its moments. I keep seeing more and more people talk about speculating when we're gonna get another trailer. I think people are starting to get antsy. People yearn, the children yearn for a new PLZA trailer, chat. Oh shoot, I got a free dive ball. Let's go. I actually use those. There's just a dive ball floating in the water. Does that even work anymore? Yeah, it's hard to predict if it what it'll look like because is it gonna have a is it gonna we don't even know what time period it takes place in. It's so hard to even imagine what it's gonna end up looking like. I don't love the way characters look in Skyward Sword. Like Link's like the humans' faces are just kind of off to me. I like Zelda's design in that game though, so so some good and some bad, I guess. And then you had characters like Groose that remind me of like Tristan from Yu-Gi-Oh! My voice gives me super strength. There was a new episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged and the hair guy was in it. I missed him. Yeah, Breath of the Wild had really great character design, I feel like, for the most part. For the most part. I'm trying to think of any character design. I don't like what's-her-face in the first game. The fact that she's a weird little child. But besides her, everyone else looks good. I don't know, all the Grundos start to kind of blend together, like Darunia, Daruk. They even all have similar names, which I know is intentional, but it's like, yeah, they sure are big Goron fellas with white hair. Darunia is from OOT. I always want to read OOT as Oot. My brain just reads it off. It is Oot. I sure love Oot. Wow, I have that shiny too. Crazy. Yeah, the frame rate, anytime you ever get in water in this game, just immediately plummets. I missed that Poplio outbreak that was all on land. That was such a great outbreak. That was such a good outbreak. You never know, you never truly miss a good outbreak until you do a bad one. Sup? The Dugong outbreak where they were diving deep underwater, yeah, that was a terrible one. I think the worst, man, I should start keeping track. I think the worst outbreak I've ever done in this game was... It was right here. It was on the beach. And, it was like Knackley or something. And only, like, one would spawn. It was spawning, like, in the ocean. and it was only spawning like one at a time. That's gotta be the worst outbreak I've ever done in this game. That was truly abysmal. Every time I think about bad outbreaks in this game, that's the first one I think of. Now, I haven't seen Cyndaquil as an outbreak yet, but several people have told me that's a bad one. It only appears in like one small cave. So that's probably going to be unfortunate. A few of the starter outbreaks can be kind of bad. Oh boy. I was gonna say, at least Oshawott are pretty much staying on the top, but those two are not. How do they expect us to ugh. What would incentivize me to hunt it in PLA, though? Or I'd have to wait for a dimension thing. See, this is why I didn't do, like, Rowlet, Asha, and Cyndaquil in PLA, because it seems like it's, like, ass. Even if it's a terrible outbreak, I feel like my odds in this game are far superior. I mean, I'm not trying to make my life more difficult when it comes to shiny hunting. Some people love doing that. I'm not one of them. I'm here to get my shiny and clock it and move on. I'm not here to spend 500 hours shiny hunting thing in harder games so my EP can feel real big or whatever. That's not me. Your Cyndaquil's only legit if you shiny reset it in Heart Gold for 500 hours. A Lapras teardrop? Why is that sad? Why is that actually so sad, though? Afro, thanks for the raid. I appreciate it. Do Lapras cry tears because they're hunted? Is that the logic behind that? Honestly, I forget Lapras is even in the DLC. What's up, everybody? We're shiny hunting Oshawott. Frame drops in the water and all. As a roamer. I don't think there's a single roaming shiny that I would ever want to do ever. So, Raikou took me like no time at all from Dynamax Adventures. I'm pretty satisfied with that one. Actually, all three legendary beasts were pretty simple. So, yeah, shout out to Suicune for showing up in 15 Dynamax Adventures. Love Suicune, big fan. 2 shinies in Pogo today. Nice. Did Pogo roll out the new environment stuff? How's that? I think my last Oshawott Outbreak was better than this one, unfortunately. It's really pretty. You saw 2 from a field of flowers in a forest. You think it looks nice? You heard Pogo rolled out an ugly avatar thing and everyone's raging about it. It's been pretty funny to watch. The new avatars are pretty awful, but the old ones weren't good either. Yeah, the old avatars always had stuff clipping. I don't know, I follow Leak Duck. That's usually where I would get Pogo information from. And I still follow them, so I still sometimes see what's going on. And it's just like, rediscover Kanto. Like, I don't think you guys have ever stopped with Kanto. Oh boy, Charmander, Bulbasaur, whoa. Breaking new ground. Rediscover Kanto. Are you guys serious? See, that's what always got me about Pogo. It's just like the same absolute garbage. What's up, Braylon? No shinies yet. Somebody on Reddit told you were having main character syndrome because not all people have discovered Kanto yet. Wow. Did you tell them that they were really fucking stupid? Did you respond, wow, I can't imagine being so fucking stupid. That's the excuse everybody rolls out every time Charmander has Community Day number 500. New players don't have Charmander. What new players, please? See, that's just how Pogo people are, dude. They'll lay themselves on the train tracks to defend every boring, same event that they roll out. But Pokemon fans in general are like that. Reddit brain. That's definitely some kind of a brain. Actually, new players have not discovered Charmander yet. I'll have you know. Honestly, who cares? Like, they can discover something else then. Is Charmander that needed? Especially by new players who are probably people who did not grow up with Gen 1. In all honesty, if you're just now tuning into Pokemon Go, there's no way in hell you grew up with Gen 1. There's no way. Like, I refuse to believe that. So Charmander probably wouldn't even mean much to new players. That's wild. Getting a shiny in Scarlet feels better than Pogo. I don't count Pogo shinies in my living decks, personally. I have no interest in that. Again, if you want to, feel free. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but I do not. If you grew up with Gen 1 and didn't play Pogo when it came out in 2016, you aren't playing it now. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that argument is completely bogus. Don't they let you pick a starter from every gen or something now? I remember when Pogo first came out and you got to pick your starter. I saw Charizard and I clapped. It's interesting what Pokemon are more popular in the West than over in, like, Japan. Because, like, Charizard, don't get me wrong, Gen 1 Pokemon are, you know, gonna be popular forever. But I feel like Charizard is pushed way more in the West than it is over there. Like, I can't think of any Charizard-related things coming out of any Pokemon Center promo lately. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The most over-merchandised Gen 1 Pokemon chat is Gengar. It's not even Charizard, it's Gengar. Gengar gets way more merchandise than Charizard, both in the East and in the West. It is undeniably so. Like, you don't ever see Charizard showing up for their Halloween promos, but you bet your ass Gengar will be there. Every year. Every year. Ugh, that awful Halloween promo where Gengar was in, like, a sushi chef outfit. That was so dog shit. That was one of the worst Halloween promos they've ever done. First Halloween promo to have absolutely zero sauce. Well, Pikachu's a given, considering its company mascot. Not even Raichu gets as much merchandise as Gengar does. It's solely Gengar. Yeah, you're right, Tyler. Gengar does show up in most gachas, in promos that it has no business being in. Haunter's better anyway. Yeah, Eevee would also be close, yeah. Eevee's kind of taken a back seat for Gen 9, I feel like. Like, the evolutions are still very heavily present, don't get me wrong. But I feel like Eevee itself is kind of taking a slight back seat. And then, of course, who else would be up there? Lucario. How do you pick what currency you pay in? So I believe it's... They kind of hide it on you. It's in the very bottom. Scroll all the way down. It's under follow us. You can change the prices. Garchomp. Garchomp does get a decent amount of merchandise. Garchomp gets more merchandise than something like Komao. In fact, I would argue Komao is the least merchandised pseudo. Sad. Justice for Komao. Is Garchomp the most merchandise pseudo? I'd have to think about that. I think it changes the price, Justin, which is why you always want to pay in yen. Because you're gonna save more money paying in yen versus USD. Oh yeah, Dragonite, of course. Why was I thinking about like Hydreigon? Hydreigon. Hydreigon actually does get a fair amount of merch. Metagross gets a decent amount of merchandise. Dragonite for sure, yeah. Dragonite is probably the most merchandise pseudo. Dragapult gets a fair amount. Dragapult gets way more than Komao does. I can tell you that. Baxcalibur has a few things. And speaking of pseudos, the Pokemon Center just put out our Pokemon Center, not the Japanese one, just put out a whole line of pseudo clothing. Baxcalibur is new though, so we're still in the era where they're gonna be making Baxcalibur merch. And who knows, maybe somebody like Roy or Liko will catch Frigibax or something, and that will get it a whole bunch of merchandise. Remember, chat, if you ever want a Pokemon you like to get a lot of merchandise, manifest that somebody in the anime is gonna catch it, because that will guarantee... that will pretty much guarantee that it's gonna get a bunch of merchandise. Like, they've already got, like, Florigato figures out, and... like, they're on their game when it comes to anime merchandise. Iron Jegulus has 0 merch. Most Paradox Pokemon don't have anything yet, other than, like, stickers or charms. So very small things. There's been no Paradox plushies. They haven't done the quartet either, so I can't go out and buy a Wo-Chien plush, much to my dismay. No, I don't think they have. Don't see a lot of Kalos or Unova merch. It's funny you say that, and I think definitely this is preparation for PLZA. The Japanese Pokemon Center just did a rerun of all the Kalos charms. So it's funny to see, like, Volcanion on there. But yeah, besides that... Kalos is next for Sitting Cuties, which will be fun. I'll get my first Tyrantrum plush. But yeah, a lot of Kalos Pokemon didn't get, like... they focused on Mega Evolutions during Kalos's run. So instead of getting, like... you know... well, I mean, Goodra did get a few things. I was trying to think of, like, a Gen 6... you know, Slurpuff. Instead of Slurpuff ever getting anything, it was like Mega Beedrill. Does Hobbylink Japan always only give the private warehouse option? So the private warehouse means it'll sit in their storage for like 60 days. So if there was something else coming out around that time, you could get them bundled together. So it doesn't... as soon as it hits your warehouse, you can request shipping whenever, basically. It's just a way to help you save on shipping if you order from them a lot. I still can't believe Eternatus didn't get anything besides one figure, chat. Like, even, like, Necrozma got a decent amount of merchandise, but Eternatus got next to nothing. Like, I know it's a pretty complicated design, but still. Oh, I really despise weather in this game. Golden Go's been getting a few new things lately, chat. I'm excited. I'm excited for my boy Golden Go to finally get some decent merchandise. Whoops. Did not mean to run into you, my friend. What's up, Katie? You think Roy will get Golden Go? It almost seems like Professor Willow from Pokemon Go is like Gimmighoul's trainer. He always has a Gimmighoul. Because they did the roaming for Pogo. What a pointless promo that was, or cross promo. Liko has a Tinkatink, but Tinkaton was such a slam dunk Pokemon. Tinkaton's already gotten a ton of merchandise. Yeah, I really wish I could just permanently turn weather off in this game. It would run a lot better if I could. Hopefully the Paradox Pokemon will get plushies soon. I can only imagine how well, like, a plush Slitherwing would sell. Is Walking Wake. Walking Wake and Iron Leaves are returning tomorrow, funny enough. So yeah, chat, tomorrow there's an Outbreak event, and Leaves and Wake are coming back. So if you missed out on Leaves and Wake, they're gonna be back tomorrow. And then the Outbreak event is Golden Week themed. So it's Shinx, Varoom, and Rabska. Shinx is more yellow, so I don't know about the gold thing, but like, sure. And also, it's boosted shiny odds. So it's not a mark event. So if you need any of those Pokemon shiny, great time for that. I want Walking Wake shiny, man. How long are we gonna have to wait to get all the DLC Paradox Pokemon shiny? Jeez, you really bounce off these icebergs. Corridon is pinball machine. So I have, Rabs. I only need, Luxio, and I'll need to catch a spare Varoom. So I can evolve it into Reveroom. They did shiny lock everything in this game. It's crazy. I'll never forget the night before the Blueberry DLC came out, going online and seeing somebody report that everything was shiny locked. And being like, oh. Oh no. Ugh, I'm getting, is this diamond dust right now? I don't want this either. I need to see these Oshawotts. The shiny isn't the most obvious thing in the world. Enough weather, game. Yeah, we haven't even gotten our usual, like, go to GameStop and get shiny Koridon and Miraidon. Hello. Who would I have hunted first? Probably Walking Wake. I think Walking Wake is my favorite of the DLC paradoxes. Or paradoxes added after game. Not quite DLC, but you know what I mean. I don't know, I like Bolt too. I couldn't even tell you, I can't remember what Iron Crown shiny even looks like. Or Boulder. They're just all chrome. Boring. They still failed to make that trio interesting or good looking. That's the curse of having them be Violet paradoxes. They never stood a chance. I mean, I actually don't hate Iron Crown. But, I don't know. Leaves is so boring, and Boulder is just... I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, what trio are they going to, are they gonna take down next? Also, when Iron Crown faints, its head spins around, which is kind of funny. One thing you'll say about Ilka is that they lock nothing in BDSP. That's true, but also, if you weren't around for when BDSP first launched and you downloaded the event for Shaman and Darkrai, then you can't get them now, and that's dumb. Also, you have to have a $60 game just to shiny hunt Arceus. You have to have PLA. Pokemon gets away with a lot of very anti-consumer practices. Sure, you can shiny hunt Arceus, just, you have another $60 game save file. Money! Give us money! We like money! More money, please! They've been doing that since literally day one. It was especially bad around Gen 3. Gen 3, you needed to have like 6 games to have a complete Pokedex. Can you connect to home without a Nintendo subscription? That's actually a good question. I don't know. Yeah, it's always shocking to me how limited Shaman and Darkrai were. Like, sometimes when I do Shaman Sunday, people come in and are like, how do you have this? And I'm like, well, you see. I downloaded it when it was available, and I still just have not gotten any of them. It just kind of be like that. I don't know what to say. It's not a rush. It's not a rush. It's not a race. I had somebody comment on my last Shaman VOD, use the bike, and it's like, I'm not trying to speed run here. I have to get on the bike every time I do a battle. Like, that's so tedious. I don't care to save, like, 2 seconds. This isn't Shaman any % shiny race. I don't know, it's like when people come in here and criticize how I menu. It's like, I'm good, actually. Thanks. Actually, if you only menued this way and that way, then you could grab the whole road and blah 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 blah. Bashing my skull against the wall. Screaming. Auras and X and Y had limited events too. I don't even remember the type of events those games had. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's... The basket is actually submerged in the water. We're living life on the edge right now. Oh, wow. I could actually just get into the water and drown. And it got rid of my picnic. They won't let me drown while I do a Pokemon picnic. No. The mystery gift mythical things from 2016. The only one I can remember is like Mega Blaziken. I don't know, most Pokemon mystery events are kind of lackluster. I guess they all start to blend together after a while, you know? Oh, this is such a boring area. Got a new keyboard, chat, and it takes... Is that a shiny? I think I see a shiny. Is that shiny? You see what I see? Do you see what I see? Are you shiny? Yes, you're shiny. Thanks for waiting for me. Do you have a mark? Hello. Alright, we take those. Oh, I love Oshawott. Alright, go to sleep, friend. That will be Duot down. So I need 2 more Ashas after this. Both for Sam. For Hisui Sam and regular Sam. Friend of the stream, Oshawott. Do I have to false swipe you or can you get in the dive ball, my friend? Thank you. Appreciate it. Alright. 7:38. Nice. A scallop. What the scallop? I actually kind of like Oshawott shiny. It's probably like Tepig, Oshawott, and Snivy as far as Gen 5 starters go. There are worse shiny starters, is all I'm saying. I can't believe people don't like Oshawott. It's such a cute little Pokemon. Like, I guess not. I guess I get, like, people who don't like Samurott or whatever, but Oshawott itself is quite cute. Some people seem to judge Pokemon by the entire line. And I guess I don't do that. Like, I like Tepig. I think Tepig's cute. I've said this before, but there's not a single first stage starter that I think is, like, bad. Most first stage starters, like, actually all of them, you know, in my opinion, are all pretty cute. The anime really lifts Oshawott. Yeah, I didn't even watch Gen 5 era anime. But I've seen so many clips of Oshawott that I've absorbed it through osmosis. Is that another shiny? No. Oh yeah, Lapras. I forgot you were in the game, my friend. You went fire type. I typically go water or fire with occasional grass picks. I don't lock myself into any specific types. But it's fun when people only take like fire types. Although that would suck if you don't like the fire type starter. I'm dedicated to fire types to the point where I'm taking a starter I don't like. Whoops. Taking water types always meant you had a dedicated surfer. Yeah, that's true. Water is a very abundant type, though, so I feel like you have to go out of your way to never use any water types. And then even then, like, a lot of other Pokemon can learn Surf. You like theme teams? I get great joy every time we do a new playthrough when I get to use some Pokemon I've never used before. Like, now I can proudly say, that I've used Wormadam. I have used Wormadam before in a playthrough. Yeah, monotype teams can be fun too. They can be really fun competitively as well. Especially when you run into other people doing monotype teams. That's always really fun. Like, I know somebody who was running a mono electric team and they ran into a mono water team on the ladder. It's like destiny. Some monotype teams can be easier to use than others, though. There was a, your usual Pokemon Twitter discourse tweet today going around that's like, Gen 5 people really hyping up Clang as if this is a good Pokemon. And somebody had a response that was like, I don't know if I guess Clang is in fact an object. I've never considered it one. I always, when people talk about like Objectmon, I think about Klefki, I think about Vanillite or Trubbish. But somebody quote tweeted that and it was like, if you don't like Vanillite or Trubbish or Clank, or Clank, Ratchet and Clank, Clang, it's like a litmus test for being a fuddy-duddy. And it's like, are we really sneaking Clang into the discussion now? Like, Vanillite and Trubbish, sure. but like, Clang? What does mono-team mean? So it'd be like all water Pokemon. Single type. So you did like, you could do all normal types or all fire types for a team. Clang should have been a 2-stage line.
Welcome back.
Two Heart with the 9 months.
I feel like it's been a while since I have caught a stream.
Wow, I need to turn my volume down. Thanks for the 9 months, Two Heart. I appreciate it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, do you have a preference as to where you'd like your sub to go for the bid war? Sun and Moon, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Oraz? A shiny alpha graveler from a shaking rock? That's insane. Oh my goodness. Streamer choice. Well, what do I want? I don't know. I'll make it interesting. I'll put one in Oraz. Just to make things spicy. You don't like these machine gears, you're a boomer. Some people were busting out, like, deepest Kling-Clang lore. And, like, it's kind of neat, but at the same time, I don't think I could ever judge anybody for thinking it's a pretty boring Pokemon line. Although people were taking that to, like, then attack Magnemite. It's like, Magnemite, get behind me. Don't say, Magnemite, Magneton, and Magnezone are all different. I don't know. I disagree. I think Kling Clang and Kling Clang are all way more feeling like they could be the same Pokemon than Magnemite, Magneton, and Magnezone. That's something I notice keeps happening, chat. Whenever people take pot shots at, like, the Gen 5 Pokemon, like Trubbish, people get really defensive and start going after, like, Muck and Grimer. I don't know, am I the only one who's noticed that? Like, anytime that discourse gets started and people go after, like, Vanillite or whatever, people are like, oh, well, you just like Gen 1 Voltorb, who is just a ball. Voltorb's a mimic, though, but that's awesome. Why must we fight? Grimer and Muck are awesome. Leave them alone. Oh, just a pile of sludge. Muck and Grimer are, like, great traditional RPG enemies. In the same way that Pokemon like Zubat are. Step off. Your third Shundo yesterday, who would that be? Oh, we got the weather to deal with again. Help. Oh, you got a Shundo Litten? Great news, Justin. You're ready for competitive VGC. Your Litten's ready to hit it big time now. You also think there's something to be said being first versus being a Pokemon from 10 years into the franchise? I say that all the time, Cacturn. People always come at Gen 1 for the dumbest reasons. It's like, if Gen 1 didn't exist, we would not be having this conversation at all. Like, put some respect on Gen 1's name. I don't. It's always such a goofy thing for. I notice people saying, "Oh, well, this game from 30 years ago hasn't aged well." Yeah, from 30 years ago, you don't say. Well, almost 30 years. We're getting there. We're getting there. Wow, this game that's 3 decades old really hasn't aged well. First Shundo was Blaziken, second was Cerulege. Wow, you're on a fire type spree. Don't say it like that, you feel so old now. Tyler and I watched a video covering the old Nicktoons Unite games. Anybody remember those? That had like SpongeBob, Timmy, Danny Phantom, and Jimmy Neutron. And I can't even remember how old those games are now, but when he said how old they were, it's like, oh no. I've seen like 3 different videos about like Nickelodeon cartoons in the past week by big YouTubers. I don't know what's going on. I think it's like the 20th anniversary of Danny Phantom this week or last week. Oh. Or 20th? 10th? No. 20th? Is that right? Now I feel old. The comments will be from 9-year-olds. I need to buy that Danny Phantom graphic novel. I was actually looking at it earlier. All this talk about Danny Phantom. I should buy that novel that they came out with. I heard they erased the god-awful season 3. So I should check that out. I read that as Lego Bowser game for a second, Justin. I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I can, I have the tab up. I can link it to you. I can literally link it to you. Called A Glitch in Time. The sad thing is like you can't even do like a Nicktoons Unite anymore because who is even left besides SpongeBob? Like Nickelodeon doesn't even have any modern cartoons anymore. Why you fellas spawning all the way over here? No. Okay. I knew the second that it moved forward, I would run into it. Did the Knuckles Paramount show come out yet? I saw a review for it that was like... What's the name of the character they're sticking Knuckles with? Wade? Oh boy, that's my favorite Sonic character right there, Wade. Wade the human. Let's go. It's a 63 Metacritic positive. Interesting. Knuckles is such a fish out of water. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense because CG is very expensive and having Knuckles on screen all the time would probably cost them a lot of money. But at the same time, it's like, maybe just make it fully animated then. I don't know if I buy that, Tyler. Maybe that could be like there's one billboard that says like Pumpkin Hill in the background. Also, are they gonna introduce Amy? Like, Amy is pretty critical in SA2. And Rouge, for that matter. Like, they've announced like 5 new human characters and it's like... Where is Amy? What do you mean you don't have Paramount Plus? I love when people comment stuff like that. Like, okay, who watches things legally like that? Not me. Couldn't be me. Think I'm paying for Paramount Plus? Hell no. I ain't paying for any of them pluses. But, I don't have Netflix, so I guess I can't watch. Skill issue. A whole episode's devoted to Wade. That's crazy. My favorite Sonic character, Wade. Man, Sonic did have an animated show in Sonic Prime and it's already over. Like, the show is done. Chad, I'll break it down for you. If you ever feel bad about pirating something, buy their merchandise. Because there is nothing that helps a show or property more than when you buy merchandise. Like, that actually helps more than if you, like, even if you just watch the show. And if they have no merchandise, well, damn. These networks, so many shows I've watched have, like, no merchandise. Sad. If you really want to support a show, buy their merch. Sonic X. See, Sonic X just makes me think about Chris Thorndike. If you removed Chris Thorndike from Sonic X. I love that trope that so many shows try to do where it's like, aw man, Chris is rich beyond all belief and has a big mansion, but he's so lonely. Feel bad for him. They did that with like My Valentine in Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, where it's like, this character comes from wealth beyond belief, but they're a little lonely. Oh no. Oh no. What's up, Midnight? Let me just cry for you. Did Sonic X get fully dubbed? Did they finish dubbing Sonic X, or am I thinking about, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX? They didn't finish GX, and they didn't finish 5Ds either. Disrespectful. Although 5Ds' final season... Honestly, both of their final seasons are full of weird shit. Sonic has had so many cartoons compared to something like Mario. Imagine if they rebooted the Super Mario Brothers Super Show. Do the Mario, do. If Illumination did a Mario show, would they have to cast like a Chris Pratt sound-alike because he'd be too famous and cost too much money to do a voice for a TV show? Like, I don't think Jack Black voices, like, Po in the Kung Fu Panda show. I don't think Sacha Baron Cohen does King Julian in Penguins of Madagascar. How many shinies have I gotten? I've gotten one Oshawott, and I'm still looking for more. Would you believe it? I'm still looking for more. I need two more. One for Samurott and one for Hisui Sam. It's always crazy to me how many shows are missing episodes that are lost media. There's a lot of episodes of old kid shows that were just never recorded or people don't have recordings of, and they're just missing. My favorite thing about like shows like that are the early animated pilot where everything is just a little bit off from the normal show. Like Steven Universe's first one is so like everybody looks so different. Pearl has a mohawk, Garnet has like straight hair. I saw the, I don't know, what can you call it, beta designs of like the two Gravity Falls kids, and they looked so much older than their final designs. They looked like teenagers compared to their child designs in the show. Always just interesting to see how things change. You haven't actually seen the show? Oh, Phineas and Ferb. Too bad Disney never did any, like, Nicktoons Unite type crossover. They had a stacked cast that would have worked back in the day. You could have done American Dragon Jake Long. You could have done Kim Possible. That would have been great. Yeah, Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch did have a few crossovers, actually. We're not bragging. He's the American Dragon. No, 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 no. The Proud Family movie had those peanut guys in it, right? I've seen the Proud Family, but I don't remember it or hold it as beloved as some of the other ones. Kim Possible and American Dragon were probably my two favorites. The NCU. Cartoon Network could have had a stacked cast too. Like from all of their different eras. I feel like they've always had tons of like action cartoons. It's funny, one of the videos Tyler and I watched was about Butch Hartman. Interesting guy. But he showed a clip of like Butch Hartman bragging about having like the first successful action cartoon in Danny Phantom, and it's like, no. Like, Batman was before then. Avatar was about to... I think Avatar was airing around the same time. It's funny that they never had Aang in any of those Nicktoon crossovers, because Aang is just such a powerful character. Like, how do you incorporate the literal Avatar with Jimmy, Timmy, and SpongeBob and Danny? Wait, what image Midnight posted again? I missed it. I think Tommy was actually in one of the Nicktoons ones, but like one of the DS versions or Game Boy Advance versions. Yeah, Cartoon Network had such a great aesthetic back in the day. Though toads be toadin', though. I don't know, that's so funny to be like, look at me, I made the first popular action cartoon. It's like, what are you talking about? Oh, man. Justice League aired like a few years before that. Wild. He literally is Midnight. Like, legitimately, very much so. Did you know that, Butch Hartman tried to go back and say that all of the ghosts in Danny Phantom are from another dimension and they're not actually dead people? Because that's against his religion. Fun fact. You didn't have Cartoon Network. That's crazy, Taylor. Yeah, it's also, like, pretty clear that every ghost in Danny Phantom is a dead person, like, very explicitly clear, so... So, not only is he goofy for saying that, he's also just flat out wrong. Every time he talks about Danny Phantom, it's like, did you watch the show? Like, did you actually watch the show that you made? With the help of a lot of other people? Mostly them, not you? Watched Angry Beavers a lot before bed. I remember watching Angry Beavers. There's a lot of shows that I watched, but that I don't have specific... Like, I can't tell you a specific episode. I just remember the characters, you know what I mean? My favorite Butch Hartman controversy is when he gets paid $200 for commissions and then traces over other people's art. That's my favorite. One of those shows that you think wouldn't hold up as an adult but is great as a kid. Yeah, there's definitely a decent amount of shows like that. You go back and watch it as an adult and you're like, huh. Oh. Or there's just like some jokes in there that you're like, oh, it definitely would not be like that today. That play the Cartoon Network blocks uncut. That's awesome. People who keep and restore all those do really good work. Whoa, I'm absolutely zooming. Why was I going so fast? There was one, I watched a review of the, what was it, 98? 99? I think it was 98. Y'all remember the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie? The American Godzilla movie? It's funny because... Actually, yeah, it had to be 98. Because, actually, no. Was it 98 or 99? Either way, there's a scene in that movie... Basically, the military shoots up New York City trying to get Godzilla. And there's a scene in the movie where a guy destroys the Chrysler building. Just flat out brings it to the ground. Destroyed. Was it 2000? I can't remember. That's a lot of fish. That there's a scene where a military guy destroys the Chrysler building, and then it's like a cutaway joke where he's like, whoops. And it's basically like, you could only do that before 9/11. Cause after that, no. No movie was ever gonna do that again. It's kind of funny. Interesting thing to think about. Even like Independence Day is like that. Just very cheesy. And that tone was kind of gone after 9/11. I feel like we don't really get movies like that at all anymore. Beetlejuice is one of those properties, like, people from the 80s never shut up about, therefore I've never watched it or wanted to watch it. Spanking a cat. Shane Dawson? Totally Spies had an episode for every fetish and you think there's truth behind the meme. I love that reaction image of now on an episode of Writer's Barely Disguised Fetish. Oh. I never watched Victorious was too... I was too old by then. I didn't watch Victorious. I watched all of Drake and Josh and then a tiny bit of the beginning of iCarly and that's it. Then I was too old. No, they're all Dan Schneider shows, though. Oh, I watched Zoe 101, too. I don't think Drake and Josh had a spin-off. Drake and Josh was probably my favorite of all those shows. I don't know, iCarly has a lot of that, like, lol, so random internet humor that I feel like has aged not great. Lol, so random tacos, XD. I don't remember much of Keenan and Kel. I remember Good Burger. Honestly, my favorite one might have been Ned's Declassified. I loved Ned's Declassified. I still think of several episodes from that show that make me laugh. Same thing with Drake and Josh. Drake and Josh had so many, like, funny, bad shit episodes. Like the Peruvian puff pepper, or... Gosh, my favorite episode was probably the one where they snuck off to the theme park. Or when they trap themselves in the treehouse. Where's the door, Drake? What do you mean? It's right... Oh, I see the problem. Oh, do ya? Oh, man. Classic. Oh, do ya? Yeah, Drake and Josh is so funny. Drake and Josh just had great chemistry as actors, or as characters, whatever, however you want to say it. They were just so funny. Or the Oprah episode. Oh, man. Got me laughing just thinking about him. It's spherical. Spherical. How many people my age quote that to this day? Like, if I try to think of any, like, iCarly quotes, I can't think of any. Disney Channel had some good ones, too. Like, I loved Zack and Cody. I loved, That's So Raven, Hannah Montana. I remember the start of Wizards of Waverly Place. Alex had that boyfriend that was a werewolf, and he was British for some reason. Like, extremely British. Brenda Song being married to Macaulay Culkin is really funny. Especially when I think about how many times Macaulay Culkin has been on Red Letter Media. I liked Ashley Tisdale, too. She was great. She was also good in High School Musical. I like some of her songs, too. This was back when every Disney Channel star had to have, like, a musical career. So she put out some songs. I actually like a few of her songs. Oh yeah, she went to be a voice actor in Phineas and Ferb too. I forget about that. That supposed to be a good steady paycheck. My favorite Zack and Cody episode is the Halloween one. Where they channel spirits. The guy that played Esteban was so funny. Oh, man. I don't know, I feel like some people... I don't know. Some people have been a little weird about that Nickelodeon documentary that have come out. Like, yeah, there's definitely some weird, questionable things, but also not everything is like, whoa, the signs were there the whole time. Also, please leave Amanda Bynes alone. Like, harassing people like that is insane, actually. You're an insane person if you do that. Leave her alone. Ugh. That kind of sickens me that young people don't know who Amanda Bynes is. Oh my god. She was everywhere in my childhood. Ugh, kids these days. SMH. Like, I remember the Amanda Show and the Dancing Lobsters and everything, but I mostly remember her for her movies. Like Big Fat Liar. What was that called? She's the Man. She was in a ton of movies. Unless it's TikTok, they don't know. I need to do an Amanda fan cam and put it on TikTok. Educate the kids. Do kids watch Nickelodeon today? I don't know. It's like I was saying earlier, like if you did a modern Nicktoons Unite, it would only be like SpongeBob. What else do they have anymore? It's just SpongeBob and SpongeBob spin-offs. Jimmy Neutron, like not even Fairly Odd Parents is going anymore. And that had a sad, slow death. Let's introduce a baby. Now let's introduce a dog. Now let's introduce a new child. Which really pulled out all the stops to drag that show further along. Cartoons are in dire straits right now. Like, we barely have anything on anywhere. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Oh, yeah. It's so funny how we have... There's a Nickelodeon version, and there's also a Cartoon Network version. There's some deep cuts in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Like, I didn't know who Powder Toast Man was. Like they've tried to bring back some of those shows like Zoe 102. But like half the actors were missing because they were all mistreated on set. You did a search for Nick's biggest modern shows. Do tell. SpongeBob and... I have no other guesses. I straight up don't even know what they air there anymore. I have no clue. I don't know, what does Cartoon Network have either? Like, at least Disney Plus has a few shows going on right now, like the new X-Men animated show. Oh, did they just release Zuko? Oh god, that Loud Family show. Ugh. I've never seen a show have such a weird, uncomfortable fan base like that before. It's also a show I would have no interest in, personally. Like, even if I was a kid. Shows where it's like, the premise is, I have 5 million brothers and sisters. I'm an only child, can't relate. SpongeBob Loud House, Camp Coral, SpongeBob spinoff. Tiny I don't even know what that is. Peppa Pig, I don't feel like does not count. That is British. That's like saying Bluey. Oh, Monster High. I've always liked the designs for Monster High. I probably really would have loved Monster High if I had grown up with it. There was one design where I was like, this design was so good, I almost wanted to like buy a doll of it. And I don't even like, that's not even my thing. She was like a plant monster. It was a really nice design. See, Tyler, this I loved the Alvin and the Chipmunks Halloween movies from the 80s or the 90s. I don't even think I saw those, Tyler. Scary Godmother. I feel like I see people bring that up every Halloween. You know exactly what I mean, you old boomer. You are the oldest soul. You are the oldest boomer zoomer of all time. The live action Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Those movies are so funny. I love that one clip of one of the Chipettes being lowered. I think it's like Alvin and the Chipmunks 3? Shipwrecked. And what is it, Jeanette? It might be Jeanette. I think it was Jeanette being lowered down. And she just starts singing Rihanna, and it's so funny. Yes, Jeanette, yes. Sing. Just start singing SOS. Let's go. Fell asleep on the live-action Scooby-Doo movie? You missed out, then, because that movie rules. I can't believe the live-action Scooby-Doo movie got away with making Scrappy-Doo the villain. That's so funny. Like, truly ahead of its time media right there. The Scooby-Doo live-action movie is so much fun. Perfect casting. Fun location. Like, they cooked with that. Da-da-da-da-da-da! Puppy power! I wish I could go back and see that movie for the first time. Like, I would have cried laughing at the Scrappy-Doo reveal. Like, that's so funny. And even as a kid, I didn't know that people hated Scrappy. I guess they have that scene where he pees on Daphne and they kick him out. So it's like, yeah, he was annoying. But like, I didn't know the lore, and now that I know the lore, it's even funnier. Yeah, Shaggy's new girl, Mary Jane. Too good. Stop putting me underwater, game. And they have that shot of smoke coming out of the mystery machine to make it look like Scooby and Shaggy are getting lit. They're just grilling burgers. Ugh. That was a James Gunn movie. I understand why people don't like Scrappy. Scrappy has the same energy as, like, an annoying little child. I completely understand why people don't like Scrappy. It's like, here's the Scooby-Doo you loved, but now there's an annoying little shit character that knows everything and is so annoying. It's like, I get it. I understand. You know, Justin, it's funny. I just had the same thought. Imagine if Pokemon had made Max a villain in one of the movies. I mean, it's fiction. It's not real. You don't have to keep yourself up at night because it's not real. There's still time. When we roll around to Legends, Groudon and Kyogre. Pokemon Legends Rayquaza. Guess what? Guess who's coming back? They race cars and it has Dracula. Yeah, that was Red Shirt Scrappy. Scraggy. Shaggy. My favorite Scooby-Doo character is Scraggy. What's up, Just Struggle? I've gotten one shiny Oshawott. I need 2 more. Oh, nice link, Tyler. What even is this? I'm getting redirected. Chat, can you stop posting these links? I think the Legends series is gonna be the future of... Well, maybe I shouldn't say that yet. Like, are we gonna get X and Y remakes in the future, or are we gonna get PLZA? Who even... I don't know. Ghoul School. Oh, come on. You can let me have my picnic table over the ocean, but I'm too close to a glacier. You don't think Game Freak wants to have remakes anymore? That would be so okay with me. It really would be great, though, if they could learn how to re-release their old titles. Because, like, for me, I've played every Pokemon game. I don't need to have Black and White remade, but a lot of newer fans have probably never played it. So it would be nice if they could re-release them. But, you know... You know... That makes me so frustrated, chat. Every time I think about it, I'm just like baffled. They don't have shit coming out this year. This would have been the perfect year to re-release old games on the Switch. Either as NSO titles or as packaged whatever. And they're still not doing it. They're still not doing it. Absolutely wild. Shed 4 was the final remake. Yeah, I don't know why anybody wants straightforward, identical remakes after BDSP. I don't know why anybody would want that. It's been weird watching people be like, oh, I'm sad that Gen 5 is not getting remakes. It's like, why though? You want to see your games that you love but worse? Like, after the Presents came out, people in chat came and said that. Several people said that. And internally, I'm just like, but why though? Let me pay another 60 bucks, and I'm telling you, chat, next in the Switch 2, they're probably gonna be 70 bucks. Let me pay 60 bucks plus tax for a worse version of a game that I find good. Like, why though? Like, especially after BDSP, like... That truly was the straw that broke the camera-up's back. Yeah, that I was sitting there in fear the whole time watching that Presents, waiting for Ilka's name to come up. Like, that's why I was pleasantly surprised by PLZA, because at least it's something different. Now, whether it'll be good or not, I don't know, but it's something different, so... I also think it's a good choice because Gen 6 felt like it just didn't have a conclusion or a good... It just felt cut off. They hurried on to Oraz and then, boom, Gen 7. Like, if there was any gen that deserved more, it's 6. I bet there's a way I could permanently glitch myself underwater. New speedrunning strat. Drown any %. They probably would have removed all the stuff that made black and white cool anyway. Exactly. Like, black and white still look great. Minus not having fairy typing, it has most modern conveniences that the franchise has now. Like, people really want to see that game remade, but with ugly, soulless, plastic-looking 3D graphics. wild. Do 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 do. Gen 5 remakes will come out in Gen 10. That's interesting, Midnight. That is interesting. You get Sun and Moon now, you can't get most of the Mega Stones since Online Mystery Gift doesn't work anymore. That's... Why would they do that? They didn't... Mega Evolution was just like a blip. It felt like such a bigger thing than it actually ended up being in the games. I am still blown away that only like 3 trainers in the main game in X and Y Mega Evolve. Like, it has so little to do with that overall story. It's like that they forgot it was gonna be in there and were like, quick, write like 3 lines of dialogue and have 2 guys Mega Evolve. Is that a shiny? Are you shiny? Are you shiny? You shiny. You shiny. Wow. Could barely tell. Alright. Are you my Samurott friend? Yay! Getting Oshawott done, chat, will have me done with all Gen 5 starters. Please. Please. Free me. Mushy Mush's balloon is clipped inside the ice. Things are getting crazy. Oh my goodness, I can mark Sam off. I got all the Gen 5 starters shiny, chat. Yay! What the scallop? See, that's what I mean, chat. I was able to notice that. It just feels good. People that think shiny hunting in this game is brain dead, you actively have to pay attention for a lot of it. Alright, good. Mega Evolution only lasts for 30 seconds and they don't follow you around and you can't camp or watch. Yeah, it's very, They really don't feel that important in the overall story. It's like, how about instead of whatever Lysander was doing, just have it be solely about Mega Evolution? They kind of get, like, cute with it. Where it's like, oh, the energy and the blah blah blah. But it's like, Hippo? Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, Slowpoke? Yeah, Slowpoke is like a hippo, I think. A lot of Gen 1 Pokemon are just kind of monsters. Can we shiny hunt together? Why? What enjoyment is there in multiplayer in this game? What do you mean, who hunt? I still need one more Asha. I need Hisui Sam. Also with what is this called? Synchro? I don't trust anybody, dude. I straight up don't trust anybody. Literally, when we first did multiplayer, when Blueberry came out, people tried to troll. So it's like, why would I invite the risk of that? Synchro is fun to trick friends with. Yeah, exactly. It's like not even like it's, I don't know. I'd be like, "Oh, shiny Oshawott." Wait a second. Epic trolling. I don't even do multiplayer with people I know. Like it's just nothing I really enjoy in this game. I mean, tricked is maybe a hard word for it. I was like, oh. Oh. I still don't know who did that. If they were even a regular. Oh yeah, I didn't hit the number. Thanks for the reminder. I mean, it's not even that. Like, I literally already had that shiny. It was like, oh, it's Litleo. It's not like I was popping off screaming. There was somebody in the lobby who I didn't recognize, so it was one of you was either really sneaky and not saying anything, or it was that random who I didn't recognize. It's pointless, no adventure. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the multiplayer in Sword and Shield. Like, I feel like that never added anything to the experience either. Except for Dynamax Adventures. That's the one multiplayer thing I'll ride Pokemon for. I'll ride or die for Dynamax Adventures. A true, good multiplayer Pokemon thing. Look at Tinkaton. Tinkaton is such a great Pokemon. Yeah, the fact that Synchro is so bare bones, like, it's fun for the novelty of it, but you can't really do anything with it. Come on, give me one more Oshawott so I can be free from my Oshawott prison. And again, reminder chat, tomorrow, I think the events typically go live around 8 Eastern. So tomorrow, Walking Wake and Leaves are back in the raids, and then there'll be a new Outbreak shiny event featuring Varoom, Shinx, and R'hllor.
Welcome back.
Hey, dude, with the 25 months.
Walking Wake and Leaves are back in raids.
This is true. You're so right. You are correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Now, do you have a preference for where your sub will go to in the bid war? Sun and Moon, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, or Oraz are your choices. For the next playthrough, the next epic playthrough. Oraz all day, alright. We got a close one. No love for Sun and Moon. Oraz coming up hot. Even if Oraz are not my favorite remakes, I still enjoy Gen 3 a lot. Oraz is better than Sun and Moon. Honestly, I do need to replay through Sun and Moon again. I'm thinking about whether or not I... like, do I disagree? Do I agree? I don't even know. Well, if you can't make streams, there's always the VODs that are uploaded in full on YouTube if you ever need some background noise or whatever. I got another... The YouTube copyright system has been absolutely brutal lately. I got a copyright claim on old outro music I had on my SH Figuarts Lucario review from like a decade ago. Mushy Mush fooled ya. Mushy Mush the trickster. I could use Breloom if I played Oraz. What Gen 3 Pokemon haven't I used? That's actually a tough question. I've played through Gen 3 a lot. I've done every starter 5 times over. That's actually tough. I can't... Who have I not used in Gen 3? Used Aggron, I've used X-Plowed. Maybe, Mawile? Have I used Mawile before?
Here is a present for you.
Hey! Deal with the gifted sub to Cacturn! Would you also like that to go to Oraz? Have I used Wish Cash? I'm not sure. Alright, thank you. I appreciate it. Have I used Spinda? I don't think I've used Spinda. Does Skarmory still spawn in, the volcanic route? Maybe why do I want to use Skarmory? I should use all the Gen 2 Pokemon that are in the game that made people think they're from Gen 3. It's Gifter. I appreciate every sub, believe me. Especially now when, you know, viewership and things are kind of down because, you know, nothing's really going on with Pokemon right now. So I appreciate all the support very much. Who's another one that I could use from Gen 3? Sharpedo? No, I've used Sharpedo. I assume that's, alright. Alright, Aura's pulling out. Pulling out as the front contender. Why did that not play?
Here is a present for you.
There we go. Stream Elements just had to take its time. Aura's pulling out up I hate Auras. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Thank you. I appreciate it. I never did, like, SOS hunting very much. Does Auras let you get Bagon early? Did they mess with Bagon? Bagon. Because I don't think I've ever used Salamence in a playthrough. I don't think it... Have I used Slackine? Slackine seems like a Pokemon you have to have a lot of patience to use. Ooh, I got the perfect idea, chat. How about Banette? I don't think I've ever used Banette before. I was thinking, like, what about a Ghosty? Banette could actually be really cool, and it can Mega Evolve. I actually like Banette's Mega Evolution. Maybe I should use Metacham for old time's sake. Good night, Cacturne. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Meteor Falls, Hordes, and Dexnav. Yeah, I like Banette a lot. I mean, I like Duskull as well. Gen 3 has some great ghosties. Some ghosties. I could use Chimecho. I could use everybody's favorite Gen 3 Pokemon, Chimecho. My friend Chimecho. What about, like, what about Wailord? I don't think I've ever used Wailord for anything other than the Reggie puzzles. Or Relicanth. Oh, what if I used... I have to use Gorbis, actually. I think I have to use Gorbis. How do I do that when it's a trade evolutions are so rotten, chat. I can't tell you how many times I've done a playthrough for the channel where I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use this. Wait a second. Trade evolution. I mean, I could just PK Hex it into a Gorbis when it's time to evolve. I think I will actually do that. Relicanth is a perfect Pokemon. 10 out of 10. Chimecho only Nuzlocke. The hardest challenge. Can you beat Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire with a team of only Chimecho? And there's my clickbait YouTube video. Everything's coming together. I actually really like Carvana, or Carvana. I feel like I've said both. Carvana? Carvana. Piranha. I need to get it shiny, too. I have Sharpedo. But I don't have Carvana. 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 Too bad Deoxys is so late. I would love to use Deoxys. Gen 3 has so many good Pokemon. It's such a hard choice. And there's some good spawns of other non-Gen 3 Pokemon too, like the aforementioned Skarmory. Could use, what about Zongoose or Seviper? I think I have used both of them. At some point. Are you shiny? No. I got excited for a second there. Rocky Helmet Relicanth. That's the new meta. I almost got arrested. Makuhita could be fun. Or, I guess I already said Medicham. I actually used Medicham on my very first playthrough of Ruby when I was a bab. When I was but a wee bab, I used Medicham on my team. Oh, I'm gonna use Skitty. I feel like Skitty has been in no games, chat. Like, obviously it's in Oraz, it's in BDSP. Oraz is what we're talking about. It's in BDSP, but like, Skitty is not in this game. It's not in Gen 8. Like, where's the love for Delcatty? What about you, Tyler? What are some of your picks that you want to use? What are Auras' exclusives? I don't even know what the exclusives are outside of, you know, your usual ones. C-Dot, Lotad, Sableye, Mawile. Yeah, Skitty never gets any love. It is really sad. Skitty's one of my favorite Pokemon cats. Nose Pass. Nose Pass is a fun one. I like that choice. Kecleon is awful. Yeah, Kecleon would be tough to use. But it's an in-game playthrough, so it's not like I need to go defeat a VGC champion with it, so it should be fine. An or an as? I don't know, I guess I've played both. We could do either one. I should use Carnivine. I've used Carnivine though. You all remember Phil. My Carnivine from BDSP. Who could ever forget Phil? My most iconic Pokemon. Phil. Is Carnivine in Auras? I can't think of where they would have Carnivine. See, when I think Gen 3, I'm so much more familiar with Emerald and Ruby and Sapphire than I am Auras. Oh, I hate that. Look at the frame rate. The second there's weather. Oh yeah, Cradily or Armaldo would be fun, definitely. I'd probably want to use Cradily. I love both those fossils so much. Have I ever used Pelipper in a playthrough? How do we feel about the birds in Gen 3? Do you all like Pelipper and Swellow? Kalo? What other birds? I guess Swablu and Altaria. The Boids. This one's for the birds. Cradily is funny. I have the Cradily sitting cutie. It's great. I should use Cacnea. Why didn't they give Cacturn a Mega Evolution in Auras, chat? That's one thing that always burned me. I feel like their choices... Like, why are we getting, like, Mega Slowbro? Boo! Why did we only get, like, Aggron, Sableye, Mawile, the starters, Ray, and then, like, Camerupt and Sharpedo? Where's the rest of them? Why did they scrap Flygon? Why didn't we get Cacturn or Milotic? What about Tropius, or Kecleon, or Spinda, or Zangoose, or Seviper? They're so cheap. They barely gave us any. Or Walrein. I wonder this every day. Why did they give Glalie a Mega Evolution and not Walrein? They literally had to rearrange Glacia's team. At least that Elite Four has Mega Evolutions. I can't believe Milotic doesn't have a form or anything. No Paradox, no Regional. Or, like, Milotic is a very popular Pokemon that appears in almost every game. Like, it's in Sword and Shield, it's in this game. Granted, it came in Kitakami. But it's here! They didn't give it anything. Her. Should have gotten Mega Milotic to go with Shrimpados. I'm gonna start calling Mega Gyarados that. Shrimpados. How could they not give us Mega Relicanth? For shame. For shame. Z-moves were so funny in a bad way. Sometimes I'll just be minding my own business, you know, doing whatever, and then I think about Xerneas using the fairy Z-move where it kind of just awkwardly floats around. Because they didn't bother to give every Pokemon a Z-move animation, so their models just get dragged through the animation. Great stuff, honestly. I don't know why the game does that. Yeah, that's definitely one point I'll give towards Dynamaxing and Terastallizing. I actually really like Terastallizing, chat. And I think I'll miss it, especially watching competitive events when we're done with it. It's interesting, it can be used offensively, it can be used defensively. The hats are kind of fun. And they didn't waste their time on goofy, like, Terastallized forms. Remember all the rumors and leaks about Terastallized, like Charizard? I'm so glad that didn't happen. I am so happy that that didn't happen, because it was so not needed. Oh my god, you're right. Yeah, any cutscene in Sun and Moon, your player character just has a dead-eyed stare on their face. A dead-eyed smile. That was... That's such a weird... Why did they do that? Why did they do that? I don't understand. Like, it just takes me out. Any time when I played through Sun and Moon, and you see the cutscenes, and your player character just looks... They look like a Barbie doll. They just have one static facial expression, and that's it. Yeah, they look like the Twitch smile. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's worse. That, or like Zacian and Zamazenta turning in place in that cutscene in Sword and Shield. Yeah, I saw Riddler who tweeted out something like, when's the next PLZA thing? Look, that keyboard meme is so unfunny, by the way. Like, look between your keyboard. Between the letters blah blah and blah blah. He said between A and D, which is S. So I don't know what that means, if anything. His Twitter handle is literally like Riddler who beats around the bush, and it's like, yep, accurate. Extremely accurate. You muted them? See, that's smart. That's what I need to do. I've never seen a meme that felt so dead on arrival before. It's like, wow, this is so unfunny. That's smart. That's what I need to do. I don't know. Sometimes I swear I whitelist words and they still show up. Yeah, I like, oh, okay. It's so frustrating when a social media, like I went on Tumblr. I've been on Tumblr more recently. Don't ask me why, I couldn't tell you. But it keeps recommending that anime everybody's talking about right now, and I'm like, I'm not interested. I keep hitting I'm not interested, I'm not interested, I'm not interested. And it just keeps, it kept bombarding me to the point where I had to go in and block list it. And like with Tumblr, it still shows you posts, but it's like, oh, this post is blocked. So it's, ugh. Tumblr is a bad one. That dungeon, delicious dungeon one. It's like, I don't care. I don't want to see anything about this. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Yeah, it's like last year I had to put Spy X Family on the block list. Now it's that one. I thought Tumblr didn't even allow stuff like that anymore. Shuckle is a goated Pokemon. This is true. Great shiny. Oh yeah, Twitter is... I could never browse Twitter on stream and feel comfortable. Like, it's just waiting there lurking. Like, never look up any Pokemon on there. Just don't do it. Just don't ever do it. I mean, now, it's so infested with bots now, it's... Twitter is depression in website form. That's a very accurate description of it. I love any time, which by the way, my trending panel keeps changing. Like sometimes I see the what's happening so I can see things that are trending. And sometimes it's like AI generated blurbs about things I've never heard of. It keeps switching back and forth on me. Oh, have you guys gotten the new YouTube layout? I fear the day that happens to me. I've seen it roll out and it looks awful. Ugh, they just can't resist changing things that don't need to be fixed. But anytime I ever like click on something that's trending, I should stop. I don't know why I keep doing it. It's just all bots and nothing, anything I ever need to see ever. I don't play Pokemon Unite. I've heard Mewtwo is, not well liked, though. I follow somebody who plays Unite on occasion, so I see bits and pieces of what's going on. Unite skins have fallen off. Unite used to release a lot of funny skins, and I feel like lately they're just... What if Espeon wore a kimono? Like, the Snorlax Citrus Berry skin, that's an all-timer right there. Dad Garchomp skin, that's great. I don't know, every time I see, like, Cerebi post the new skins, it's like, where's the fun? These are so boring. It's like, I could definitely tell the market they're going for. I'll say that. It's like that Digimon New Century game. It's like, yeah, I could definitely tell all the new Digimon here are made for a certain audience. I think Cerebi has all of the skins on, Joe has all the skins on his site. Bust your magnifying glass out so you can actually see where to navigate on his site made for ants. It's kind of crazy how many games Pokemon is juggling right now. Masters just announced Rika and Clodsire. That... Rika was trending for me yesterday. So many people were talking about that. It will never not be funny that they went so hard into Iono, or Iono, however you want to say her name. When I see so many more posts about characters like Rika and Larry. Don't want a shiny Hanasha in this? Understandable. For PLA hunting? What do you mean? I still haven't done the lottery manip in the DLC to get apricorn balls. I really should. Whoa. There's a website that we see which wave would have a shiny... Oh, like manipping? I've never done anything like that. That's so weird that other things like Pokemon Unite and Pokemon Go have Mega Evolutions. Like, Mega Evolutions haven't been in mainline games, you know, until PLZA was announced for so long, but they've persisted in side games. Imagine if you could have, like, Mega Lucario and Pokemon Sleep. Come on, game. Just one more Oshawott, please. I ask of but one more Oshawott so I can get his Hisui Sam. And then I'll never do Oshawott ever again. Please. Just one more little fella. One more little guy. Please. Pretty please. Imagine having Dynamax Megas and yeah. That infamous, like, goofy scene where Ash does, like, all the things. Yeah, Mega Evolution is definitely, like, a marketing thing, for sure. Like, hey, you love Mega blah blah blah, right? Well, you can get them right now. I mean, we're hitting exactly like the 10-year nostalgic cycle for X and Y. Because those games just turned 10 years old. So people probably having a lot of nostalgia for Mega Evolutions. Who knows, maybe that was calculated in the fact that they chose Kalos for PLZA. Shiny Hisui Sam is just a guy who, like, I'm not the biggest fan of Hisui Sam. It's like the most recolor form we've ever gotten. It looks like an alternate, like, Smash skin. Meganium, I would pop off. Chikorita stands, we did it. This is how I win. I like seeing people guess what they think the starters are going to be for PLZA. Because literally, who knows, right? Who knows? Chances are probably, at least most people's guesses, at least one is going to be right, I feel like. It should be Snivy. I'm excited to see who they pick. I am excited to see who they end up going with. I hope they pick somebody more modern. Like, it'd be funny if, honestly, I kind of wish they would just be the Gen 6 starters. It feels like the Gen 6 starters didn't even really get a chance to shine in their own damn game. Because then you roll up to Professor Sycamore and he's like, well, you guys remember Gen 1, right? You guys remember Gen 1, right? Anyway, have a Bulbasaur or a Squirtle or a Charmander. I'm serious. I wish they would just stick with Gen 6. Ooh, you think so? You think there's a 0% chance? I could honestly see them picking somebody like Squirtle. You're not shiny, right? No, I'm just imagining things. Froakie will get the special treatment as the Gen 6 starter. I mean, it already has. Even if I think it's detestable, Ash Greninja exists, so that's one thing it has over Delphox and Chestnut. Gen 6 is when they started playing starter favorites, I swear. Outside of, like, Charizard, of course. 5 gift subs if ZA has a regional variant of a Gen 1 starter. Alright, alright, alright. I honestly could see pretty much anybody. Ash Greninja having hair disgusts me. You know what frogs were missing? Human hair. That's what they were missing. Oh, my controller is dying, chat. I had this fully charged before tonight. It is not holding a charge anymore. You hate to see it. This is a Nyko controller. It's their translucent purple one. It's their atomic purple controller. It's a turbo controller. It's lasted many years, so I definitely got my money's worth for something that was $30. Pro controllers are too expensive, chat. I'll be real. Can I be real for a second? Pro controllers are legitimately too much money. I do not want to pay that much for a controller. I will always, 100 times out of 100, go for a cheap third-party controller. Pro controllers are just too many dollary dues. Oh, you have a Power A one? Why are you posting that at me? Why are you balding at me? Why are you Tina balding at me? Yeah, you can use a turbo controller for Gen 8 fossils, yes. I don't think I've ever actually, I don't think I've ever actually used the turbo function on this controller. I don't... How long ago did I get this? I would have to look. Let me see if it's in my... No, it's not in my order. It must be another account I ordered it on. They still sell it? Came out in 2018. So 2018 is probably how long I've had this controller. I mean, that's a pretty long life for a controller. Oh hey, they still make them. Well, purple's sold out. They have green still for... Okay, it's 24 bucks. I mean, for that handful of years, I'd say that's okay. Better than the $80 for a Pro controller. Plus tax. I mean, hell, Joy-Cons are really expensive too. L button doesn't work on your Switch anymore. Yeah, I imagine all of our Switches are kind of barely making it to the finish line of the Switch 2. they all have to drag themselves over the finish line. Sometimes when my Switch's fans start going, I'm like, please. Please hold together. Please, you must live. Live, damn it, you must live. How much do you think the Switch 2 is gonna be, chat? How many dollary dues do you think the Nintendo Switch 2 Electric Boogaloo is gonna cost? I think it's gonna be $400. I think they're gonna charge $400 bucks. $1 billion. You think it's gonna be $299? No. See, chat, the thing about Nintendo is that they're in Japan, right? And right now, and for the past many years, the yen has been really, really bad. And I think to compensate for that, they're gonna charge more money. And I think that's gonna be $400 bucks. That's my prediction. That is my prediction. And games are gonna be $70 bucks. I don't think they can resist following the Sony Xbox model. I don't think they would sell very much if they charged $1,000. Like, for $1,000, you could probably build a really good PC for that. They're going to charge $1 billion. How much does the Stream Deck go for? Also, Elgato makes a device called the Stream Deck. That's what I use when I do my counters and play sound effects and stuff. So when I look up Stream Deck, brings up Steam's Steam Deck. So it's Stream Deck versus Steam Deck. Oh, is the Australian dollar not very strong? What do you guys call your currency? I don't even know that. I feel like I should know that, and I don't know that. I like Canadian loonies. Buckaroonies. Buckaroonies. What's up, Games Cat? Yeah, even the PS5, I feel like I would not want to pay that much money for. You just call them dollars. I see. Smackaroosh. Smackaroosh. V-Bucks. Baz coins. I just hope the Switch 2 has a fun color scheme. If Nintendo wants me to pay a lot of money, they better make it nice. And give the Switch 2 a better home screen than this, please. I need some music, I need some anything. Some themes. Themes would have been free money for them. How did they never do any Switch themes, chat? Oh hey, speaking of bots. They hated him because he told the truth. That's nice to know that every social media website is just absolutely infested with bots right now. Twitch is on and off with bots. Sometimes they seem to have a stop to them, and other times, like specifically the past few weeks, that's like, hey, they're back. I mean, I don't know about Made It. I don't know how the bot algorithm chooses. I mean, they want you to buy viewers and stuff like that. They want you to buy to use their service. So it makes sense that they target smaller streams. The 3DS did? Yeah, I liked themes on the 3DS, pretty much. Honestly, my favorite Nintendo home screen is probably the Wii. The Wii had such good vibes. I miss the Wii, chat. The Wii was such a fun console. $100 would you make any money? I actually don't know. I don't think so. Like, if I ran ads, would I get any money from bot views? I don't think so. Yeah, and I responded to it, dude. Want me to roll out the red carpet for your arrival? $400 views. That happens. That happens more than people think. It's kind of weird to see Porygon just casually hanging out. Chat, I don't think Oshawott gonna show up. Let's do one more reset. Otherwise, man, I've been patrolling these waters for like 3 hours. I've been patrolling these waters for 3 hours. Well, I did get 2 shinies, chat, so it wasn't all... It wasn't all a bunch of nothing. I'll evolve these Oshawott when I get the final one for Hisui Sam, I suppose. Let's get out of here. It's a shame most of the water starters are over there. Maybe one day I'll get Totodile. Maybe one day. Yeah, we're skedaddling. Oh, I hate this bright white area. Alright, chat, we're off to a great start with Shiny Box 18. Just it's two Oshawott. Let's go. 2 Oshawott. Hey, we're on a starter streak, going from Primarina to the Snivy line, and now 2 Oshawotts tonight. Not bad. Not bad. Up to 7:39, and then hopefully tomorrow, chat, with the Outbreak event starts, I'll get Varoom or Reveroom and Luxio knocked out. So, not to be a broken record, but reminder, chat, tomorrow is the new Outbreak event, so we'll be checking that one out, and blah blah blah, Walking Wake, blah blah blah, Iron Leaves are back. But, yeah, thanks for hanging out tonight, everybody. I appreciate it. Check out the links and stuff. Shout out to YouTube viewers, I appreciate y'all. But, yeah, thanks for all the follows and the subs. I appreciate it, chat. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being swell. And we'll be back tomorrow for the new Outbreak event. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.